My goodness, the Houston Rockets have been unbelievable this offseason, snagging Kevin Durant for low value, and then they steal Dorian Finney-Smith from the Lakers. Let me tell you, this dude has crazy impact on the court. His stats might not be eye-popping, but he fits into the culture. Defense first, hustle, toughness, and of course, he can splash from deep. Just listen to this. 43 games with the Los Angeles Lakers, he was a plus 268. When he was off the court in the regular season, negative 75. Plus 10.9 net rating compared to a negative 2.8 without him. If you remember, early in the season, the Lakers were kind of playing 500 basketball, and it was really a possibility that their season would just go downhill. But once they added Finney-Smith, they started to turn the corner. And that was before the Luka addition. Even in the playoffs where they got destroyed by the Minnesota Timberwolves, he was still impactful. 170 minutes, negative 10, negative 4.9 net rating, 116.3 defensive rating with him on the court. Meanwhile, in the 70 minutes he rested, negative 15.4 net rating, 123.9 defensive rating. Currently, he's one of the best connective pieces as a role player in the league. And when I saw the Kevin Durant trade, obviously I was like, that's a big win for the Rockets. However, I did admit I think they would miss Dillon Brooks in terms of toughness and just taking pride every single night defensively. But I think Dorian Finney-Smith is a perfect upgrade from Dillon Brooks. He brings the same type of things defensively, but unlike Brooks, he's never going to go outside of his role offensively. He's never going to try to create for himself if he doesn't have to. He's the ultimate team player. He's the ultimate glue guy, and I guarantee you every single teammate that has played with Finney-Smith have nothing but great things to say about him, along with the coaching staffs. I guarantee it. And one of their biggest weaknesses as a team was three-point shooting, and what do? They address that need. Kevin Durant, 6 3-pointers last season, 43%. Dorian Finney-Smith, 5 3-pointers attempted last season, 41%. Şengün and Amen Thompson, the driving lane should be there. They should be put in perfect positions to be efficient players. I expect Şengün to have a bounce back season in terms of efficiency. He knows exactly what he has to work on, but also with Kevin Durant, with Finney-Smith, the spacing's going to be better. There will be less pressure for him to succeed offensively as an individual in terms of running the offense and ISOing. Same with Amen. We know he makes quick decisions. There's going to be driving lanes open, and if they collapse, you're kicking out to Kevin Durant and Finney-Smith instead of always relying on Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet to knock it down. You got KD and Finney-Smith. And not only is there less pressure on those two young guys, but Fred VanVleet. He's also in a position where I expect him to improve in terms of efficiency, but also he has a chance to be even better as a facilitator because there's more weapons around him, and that spacing is going to be way better. My main point is the offensive environment last year wasn't too good for the Rockets. They were horrid in half court. So far, they have improved significantly in that aspect. And considering their defense is still going to be elite, they're still going to create turnovers and score off their defense, that's a huge, huge deal. And hold on, let's do an exercise. Sit back and realize on a random Tuesday night in January, Ime is going to throw out Amen Thompson, Tari Eason, and Dorian Finney-Smith versus a random bench squad. Do you guys realize what that defense is going to do versus lesser opponents? It's going to be a scary sight for sure. Once again, they're going to be one of the best defenses in the league. And the funny thing is, their defense really had their offense around like top 15 during the regular season. And with the new additions, I would not be shocked if Houston is a top 10 offense and a top 5 defense. They truly have that potential in my eyes. And remember, they just randomly have Reed Shepherd. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays out. I'm excited to see how he looks in the summer league. If he plays, I would assume he would. Will he get lost in the shuffle, or is he going to be like an X factor for them next season? But imagine if he does come around. He wasn't in the rotation last year, so that's another addition, and that's another elite shooter because he's only going to gain minutes if he's shooting that rock like he's supposed to. They've upgraded as a shooting team, and they really haven't dropped off defensively. As of now, Houston's the biggest threat to OKC, in my humble opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.